Now the Verify team has received plenty of questions recently about the flu. This after hearing rumors that more people died from the flu in recent years than from COVID-19. Investigative reporter Cheryl Mercedes found out that is not true.
As the number of people infected with coronavirus continues to rise, so are people's curiosity. Jennifer wrote the Verify team, how many people have gotten the flu this season? We're not hearing about these numbers like we usually do. Fred wrote, I heard COVID-19 is less lethal than the last two flu seasons. Is this true? Our source for this is the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC uses the National Center for Health Statistics to track causes of death. The CDC estimates 34,200 people died from influenza during the 2018-2019 flu season, 61,000 the year before. So far, more than 318,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. So even if you add all of the estimated deaths from flu in the last three influenza seasons, the total does not reach half of the deaths in the U.S. from COVID-19. The latest surveillance data during the week ending December 12th shows of the nearly 2,900 deaths reported, more than 1,900 were related to COVID-19. Only 2 were from influenza. So we can verify that the claim that COVID-19 is less lethal than the last two flu seasons is false. With your Verify, I'm Cheryl Mercedes.
Have something you want us to check out for you? Go ahead, email us at verify@khou.com, or you can leave a comment on our KHOU 11 social media page.